really know anything about it, to be honest. It's not really my field. I work on animations like this, but I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of potential in the technology, but it doesn't really align with what I do. So I don't really have any opinion on it. The way to get clients is to, something that I do to get clients, if I need clients, is I will go to Google and I'll just look up marketing agencies or video studios or anything like that in my area. So I live in Tampa, Florida. So I'll go to Google and I'll just put in let's see. Marketing agency, Tampa. And here's a place, first one that comes up. Digital marketing agency. Looks like they do a lot of dental work. The first thing I'll do is I'll try to see if they have any emails on their website. Ideally, you can get a person's name so that you can just email a person directly and have a bit more of a person-to-person type contact. But you can also just go to their contact page. So I can put in all this information and I might use my work email. You can just say I'm an animator that specializes in explainer videos. Let me know if you need any help on an explainer video for your company or your clients. Here's my website where you can see my work. just something like that. And, you know, I'll go through and do that to, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of companies, both like in the same city as me, but also like, I mean, the thing about animation is you can do it from anywhere, so you can contact people from, you know, New York, Los Angeles, wherever. So you're not restricted to, you know, just the city you live in, which is really nice. And you do that a bunch of times, and eventually, you know, you'll run into somebody who actually does need your services. And that's how I've been getting clients for the last 10 years. And I built up a massive amount of clients because people need animation. Honestly, it varies day to day. If I have a lot of projects, then I'll spend my day doing those projects. So right now I'm sort of between projects, so I'm taking my time on personal work instead so I can get better at character animation. But generally I'll spend my day by just, it depends where I'm at in the process. So I mean, I can give you an example. So I have a few projects. This is my Trello board where I keep track of the different projects that I have, and these are the projects that I've finished in this last year. And it's broken up by project brief. It goes from left to right, and it's broken up by project brief, the script writing, mock-up, and research phase, which would only be in this phase after they paid me a deposit. Then I have my voiceover, thumbnail, and storyboard page. So this is where I will, you know, using the mock-ups and research and the script that I have, I'll just drag it. This is how it works. It's like I'll just drag something over. So like, for example, this is the sort of, you know, client reaches out and they want something, and I will write down exactly what they want. And then, you know, as it goes through each phase, I just drag it over to the next one. So voiceover, thumbnail, and storyboard, once I have all those, it goes into the illustration phase where I actually create the assets for everything. Then the animation phase where I'm doing basically what I'm doing here. And once I finish the whole animation, it goes into the final edits phase, and then finally it goes into the completed phase. And you'll also notice on here that I have some little tags here, like this says quoted work, which actually should not be on this because the project, I've already worked on it. Quoted work essentially means like I told the client, like, this is what it's going to cost. And that tells me that, you know, they're serious, because if they actually asked for a price, it means they have money to spend and they're thinking about it. So, hot lead means that they're basically sold, they're ready to buy, and it's just on me to get them to close. This company, O'Neill's Tree Service, like they want to spend like $30,000 with me, but I haven't sold the project yet because I'm waiting on another project that's about to sell. I'll mark the labels with like whether or not it's in production mode, which essentially means like I've actually started working on it. I have names of various animators and illustrators I might tag on the project to help. But right now you can see like on this project it says that it's actually I've completed the project, but they haven't paid. So haven't paid doesn't mean that they haven't sent me money. I reached out to the client this last week, and there's money in they mailed it to me, so I should be getting it in the next couple days. But the way I will spend my day, totally depends on the project, totally varies on whether or not, I need information from the client. So it totally depends, but a lot of my day is exactly what I'm doing right here, which is just, walking through an animation. I get asked to do all sorts of things. I mean, like, explainer videos is probably the main thing that I do, but I also do, since I work with a lot of studios, I will end up doing, like, graphics for video animation. So, as an example, I just did a project for a client. I do some 3D animation, just very little, but I do a little bit. But like I just finished a project for a client where, I might have deleted it. Oh, like stuff like this. I have a client who does video work, and they'll often ask me to do like motion graphics on top of the video. So like little bursts, things like this. This is just a draft, so they're still, they use stock footage for some of it, but I did the animated bits with like the electricity and little swirls and things like that. Animating those in. So it's not an explainer video, but it's like, those types of assets that they need for a video. Or like, for example, this studio wanted to do an advertisement for a speaking thing that they were doing at NAB. So they asked me to make a little like promotion for it. So they gave me some text and a general design direction. And I did the motion graphics for this. So nothing super fancy, just a little light with particles attached to it. And yeah, they use this for like Instagram, like an Instagram ad or something like that. Also, like another example of graphics I'll do for animation is like the same client that I just showed that video for. They have like a whole teaching series, and I did like the motion graphics for it. So like person's talking and I'm just animating sort of what they're talking about. So I created the assets for this. They just sent me the edited video, and then I just designed these little bits that describe exactly what's going on. Those little types of things. A lot of video studios like details like that added to videos. And yeah, that's a lot of my time as well. Um, I mean, I've been animating for 10 years, and I think it probably took me a few years before I felt, you know, I mean, I still don't necessarily feel like I'm an amazing animator or anything. I know that I'm competent enough to sell my work, but you don't need to be that skilled to start selling animation. So, if you give it like a good, 6 months of practice, you could be good enough that, you could start selling animation pretty regularly. But honestly, it doesn't even take that long. If you actually just go to like Fiverr.com and you see what sells, let's find out. Let's look. Let's see. Okay, good. So we have somebody that says, I will create a 2D animated explainer video starting at $20.
You're a smart contract developer.
So, they might be using a bunch of stock assets for a lot of these. And you see they have 120 reviews. So, this animation isn't particularly complicated. It wouldn't be too difficult to get to this skill level in a very short period of time. Mostly they're using a lot of like stock assets, which is the difference between, the highest quality animation and lower quality like this, where, nothing is really customized all that much. But this wouldn't take too long to get to. And, this person charges $200 for this level of animation. And if you go to somewhere like Video Hive, and you look up like explainer video, you can find a toolkit. It's like $50. You can find something like this where a lot of the assets are pre-made. So everything is already animated. It already has characters. Look, it says 87 characters, 61 character styles, 30 backgrounds, 539 icons. And using, all of these pre-made animated elements, you can put together an animation for a client really fast, anywhere from 1 day for 1 minute of animation to, however long you want to spend on it. And it's $49. You can use it as much as you want. And there are people on Fiverr who that's literally all they do. Like probably all of the elements this guy is using are stock elements that were, in a toolkit like this. So you could sell that, and then as you're, working on that and selling it, I would highly recommend working on stuff that's more customized and getting familiar with, the world of animation as a whole and improving your skill set, because then once you do, you can start doing things more like this person who sells animation. This person she sells animation for $3,250 at the most basic level and has 45 reviews. And apparently, no, she has 867 reviews as a seller. And on the highest price, she sells 90 seconds of animation for $8,000. And if you want it in 30 days, it's $10,000. So this girl is making, she could be making $200,000 or $300,000 a year making animation. But her animations are much more refined, and you can tell that she puts in a lot more effort. These aren't stock elements. Now her designs are, very common, so it's not like it's like anything so unique, but I can actually even tell, like there's a little section in here, like she does 3D, this little section right here is from a video by another organization, another company I've seen, and so she's very clearly she's a skilled animator, and she charges, you know, correctly. Founder and creative director at Move Studios, so she has her own studio, and yeah, her work is awesome. It's very fun.
In a fantasy world, mice can help you get into the royal ball, and rats aspire to become famous chefs. But in reality, these rodents pose a destructive threat by contaminating food, damaging your
So she's a very good animator. Her work
property,
is like pretty fun.
and transmitting serious.
Each video is very unique, and to get to her skill level, I mean, it would take years. Like she's a very good animator. So you know, it doesn't have to take a long time if you're just using like stock elements, but the more refined you get and the more customized your work, the longer it takes. So, you know, just keep that in mind. $5,000 a year? Or is that 5,000 a month? Like, give me some time to compare it to. $5,000 a year. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty low, you know. I mean, in America, a motion graphic designer, I mean, not just America, I mean like other countries too, a motion graphic designer will make quite a lot more. I think the average salary for a motion graphic designer in the US is, you know, like $50,000 a year. So I gotcha. So yeah, all I can really say is, you know, maybe if you get on Fiverr or something like that, you can charge a bit more and not work at a studio. Smart choice. I think you can. You know, you don't have to be the like effect of the environment that you're in. I think that like with the internet, as long as you work at getting skilled at this, getting skilled at UI UX design and animation, I think that you can make the money that you want to make, but it does take the effort and the work of actually putting in the time to learn it. Even in the US, it's definitely not as hard as India, that's for sure. But, like it still takes time and effort to learn these things. So, keep that in mind. have a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of very talented artists that I really admire. I think that, I mean, there's really too many to list. Like one of my favorite animators is Emmanuel Colombo, and see if I can find their work. Oh, here's one. Andrew Embry. He is definitely one of my inspirations. His work is really awesome. His work is really incredible. This was all done in Blender. And Blender's free if you want to learn Blender. But yeah, this guy is awesome. His work is just really superb, high quality. Another really talented animator is Seth Eckert. I don't know. Yeah, this guy is awesome. I mean, you can just see the amount of effort this guy puts into one animation. It makes it look really good. I would keep learning Blender if I were you. Like, learn After Effects, but continue with Blender because it's becoming more and more popular. I haven't bothered to learn Blender because I have Cinema 4D, and I like Cinema 4D's layout a bit better, but I was actually thinking of learning Blender myself because a lot of studios are using it nowadays. Just a second. Hey, I don't know if this is too loud or not. Okay, I actually gotta go. I gotta go pick up my girlfriend. But, let's see. Oh, she's calling me back. All right.